Good day everyone. Welcome to the lecture series on power electronics. In this session, we shall discuss three-phase full converter operation with continuous load current. To start with, let us consider three-phase full converter operation with continuous load current with alpha is equal to 0. That is, firing angle for each thyristor is 0. The circuit diagram for three-phase full converter is shown in this particular slide. You can see that input side we have a balanced three-phase supply, and output side I have considered RLE load in order to generalize the concept of the operation of three-phase full converter. In case if battery is absent, you can make equal E value to be 0. Battery EMF can be made 0 in order to analyze the operation with RL load alone. And we have 6 thyristors T1 to T6. And if you see T1, T3 and T5 are in common cathode configuration. T4, T6 and T2 are in common anode configuration. You can see that the anodes are connected together. So they are in common anode configuration. And there are 3 arms or 3 legs. So in each leg we have 2 thyristors. So T1, T4 are in one leg and this leg is connected to A phase. T3, T6 are in the next leg corresponding to B phase. T2 and T5 are connected to C phase. So this third arm is corresponding to, or third leg is corresponding to C phase. Now all these thyristors in the top, so that are T1, T3 and T5. So these are in common cathode configuration. So they are said to be positive group SCRs. For alpha is equal to 0, the thyristor which has more anode voltage, more positive anode voltage would be conducting. So they are said to be positive group thyristors or positive group SCRs. Similarly, thyristors T4, T6 and T2, so they are said to be negative group SCRs. So they are in common anode configuration. Thyristor which has less voltage or which has more negative voltage would be conducting for alpha is equal to 0. So they are said to be negative group SCRs. Now let us see the operation. So in order to understand the operation, first of all let us try to represent three-phase voltages. So A phase voltage is VMP sin omega t, where omega is frequency of supply in radians per second, and VMP is the peak value of the phase voltage. VMP by root 2 would be the RMS value of the phase voltage. Now this is shown here with this curve. So this is sinusoidal in nature. That is what's shown here in this particular curve. VB is equal to VMP sin omega t minus 120 degrees or 2 pi by 3 radians. So that is what's shown here. So with this green curve. Third one, that is VC is equal to VMP sin omega t minus 240 degrees or 4 pi by 3 radians. That is shown with this block curve. You can see that, so they are equal, they have equal magnitude. You can see the peak values are equal, but they are 120 degrees apart from each other. So they are said to be balanced. Three-phase supply voltage is balanced. Now if you see T1 is going to be conducting at this moment onwards. You can see that T1 is forward biased at this moment. You can see at this moment, that is omega t is equal to pi by 6 or 30 degrees. You can see that A phase voltage is higher than B phase and C phase. So at this moment T1 would be coming into conduction mode because alpha is equal to 0. The thyristor which has more anode voltage would be conducting. So T1 voltage would be more from this instant onwards. So this instant to, so this instant, that is omega t is equal to 5 pi by 6. So during this period T1 would be conducting from the positive group. And T3 and T5 are going to be reverse biased by the conducting thyristor during this period. Now coming to negative group, T2 would be conducting from this instant onwards. You can see at this instant, that is omega t is equal to pi by 2, the T2 voltage, that is C phase voltage, would be more negative. So T2 would be conducting for alpha is equal to 0 from this instant onwards. Similarly, T3 would be conducting from this instant, that is 5 pi by 6 onwards, because T3 is corresponding to B phase. So B phase voltage would be higher than A phase and C phase. So T3 from positive group would be conducting from this instant onwards. Now at 7 pi by 6, A phase voltage would be more negative. So T4 corresponding the thyristor from negative group, that is T4, would be conducting from this instant onwards. Similarly, T5 would be conducting from 9 pi by 6. Omega t is equal to 9 pi by 6 onwards for alpha is equal to 0, because its corresponding voltage, so that is C voltage, is higher than A phase and B phase respectively. So from positive group, T5 would be conducting. Similarly, at 11 pi by 6, you can see at 11 pi by 6, B phase voltage is more negative. So the T6 from negative group would be conducting from this instant onwards. So this is this way 6 thyristors, so T1 to T6 are coming into conduction mode at corresponding omega t values at corresponding instants. Now that is what shown in this conduction diagram. You can see, so during this period, that is from pi by 6 to 5 pi by 6, T1 would be conducting. So the voltage at the positive terminal of the load would be VA during this period. Okay, the voltage at the positive terminal of the load would be same as the conducting thyristor corresponding voltage from positive group. So that is VA for this instant, for this duration, that is 5 by 6 to 5 pi by 6. Similarly, from 5 pi by 6 to 9 pi by 6, value would be VB. So T3 would be conducting. And next 120 degrees, that is from 9 pi by 6 to 13 pi by 6 radians. So during this 2 pi by 3 radians or 120 degrees, so T5 would be conducting from positive group. So corresponding positive terminal voltage would be equal to VC. So that way one can find out what is the positive terminal voltage of the load from the thyristor which is conducting from positive group. Similarly, so same thing would repeat for remaining cycles also. So once T5 is turned off, then T1 again would conduct, and this operation would repeat. Similarly, coming to negative group, you can see that from pi by 2 to pi by 2 to 7 pi by 6. So during this 120 degrees or 2 pi by 3 radians, T2 would be conducting. And what is corresponding voltage at negative terminal? So you can see T2 is same as this, no, C phase thyristor. So the voltage at the negative terminal would be same as C phase voltage. So that is what indicated here. T2, when T2 is connecting, voltage at negative terminal of the load would be same as the C phase voltage. Similarly, from next 120 degrees, that is from 7 pi by 6 to 11 pi by 6, T4 would be conducting, corresponding voltage would be VA, and 11 pi by 6 to 15 pi by 6, T6 would be conducting, corresponding voltage is VB, and so same operation would repeat. So now, if you want to know the output voltage, yes, you can find out. Output voltage, that is voltage across load, would be same as voltage at positive terminal minus voltage at negative terminal. So that is this way, V0 would be, so this voltage at this terminal, that is positive terminal, minus voltage at negative terminal. And if you do so, so from this period, for this period, pi by 6 to pi by 2, for this 60 degrees or pi by 3 radians, during this interval, you can see that voltage would be VA minus VB, which is same as VAB. And for next 60 degrees, it is VAC. For next 60 degrees, VBC, and for next 60 degrees, it is VBA. So you can find, so simply the load voltage would be same as the positive terminal voltage minus negative terminal voltage. That is what is indicated here. So during this period, that is from 7 pi by 6 to 9 pi by 6, it is VBA, and next 60 degrees, it is VCA. Next 60 degrees, it is VCB. Next VAB and VAC, so on. And what is VAB, VAC and VBC? So they are line voltages, where VA, VB, VC are phase voltages. For delta connection, line voltage would be equal to phase voltage. There is no problem. So you can draw as it is, no problem. But in case if the connection from supply side is star connection, okay, if this phase voltages are going to be equal to line voltage by root 3. So simply phase line voltage would be root 3 times the phase voltage, and it leads phase voltage by 30 degrees in case of star connection. So that is what we know from the basics of three-phase connections, right? We have seen how the line, what is the relation between phase voltage and line voltage for star connection. So from that you can find out what is VAB, what is VAC, what is VBC line voltages, and you can sketch them. Okay, that we'll see that in next slide. How can we sketch and how can we indicate this output voltage? So let us try to sketch the output voltage. So in order to sketch, so I will consider every 30 degrees. So now I will consider that I will consider this instance. So pi by 6, pi by 3, pi by 2, and so on. So I will sketch the phase voltages first, and then I will sketch line voltages. And I know relation between line voltage and phase voltage for star connection. So this is shown for star connection. So for star connection, so line voltage would be root 3 times the phase voltage. Its peak value also, line voltage peak value is root 3 times the phase voltage peak value. So that you remember. So while sketching, you must ensure that peak voltage, peak voltage of line voltage must be root 3 times the phase voltage for star connection. Now VAB is indicated this way. So VAB is equal to VMP sin omega t. MP is peak value of phase voltage, omega is frequency of supply in radians per second. VAB is, so again it is phase voltage which is 120 degrees phase shift with the A phase voltage, and VC VMP sin omega t minus 4 pi by 3. So that is what indicated here. So one must understand how they are sketched. Okay, you must practice of sketching these three-phase voltages. Yeah, so please do it. Now these are phase voltages, we know how to sketch them. Coming to the line voltages, VAB is equal to VML, peak value of line voltage, into sin omega t plus pi by 6. So it leads this A phase voltage by 30 degrees or pi by 6 radians. So let you sketch that. Now its peak value is root 3 times VMP, and it leads VA by 30 degrees. That is what indicated here. You can see it leads VA by 30 degrees. Okay, so its phase cycle start 30 degrees earlier than A phase. That is what indicated here. And next one, VBC. So VBC is equal to VML sin omega t minus pi by 2. It leads this VB by 30 degrees. So plus 30 degrees or plus pi by 6 radians. So that is same as minus pi by 2. So VBC is equal to VML sin omega t minus pi by 2. It leads this by 30 degrees, and its peak value is root 3 times peak value of the B phase voltage. So that is what indicated here. So you can see that. So it leads B phase voltage by 30 degrees with peak value root 3 times that of the phase voltage. And VCA, that is again, so VML sin omega t minus 7 pi by 6, it leads VC, so C phase voltage by 30 degrees. That is what indicated here. So this way one can sketch VAB, VBC and VCA. Coming to VBA, so VBA is out of phase for VAB, right? So simply minus pi. So VAB, so it will have same magnitude, but it has phase shift of 180 degrees or pi radians with respect to VAB. So that is what shown here. You can see. So this is VBA is having phase shift of 180 degrees. You can see its value is always negative with respect to VAB. That is what indicated here. Similarly, VCB that has 180 degrees phase shift or pi radians phase shift with respect to VBC. That is what indicated here. You can see. So this is VCB. Similarly, VAC, again it has 180 degrees phase shift or pi radians phase shift with VCA. That is what indicated here. Now one of the important observations, so VAB and VBC and VCA, if you see, so all of them they have same magnitude, they are balanced, they are going to have same magnitude, but they will have phase shift of 120 degrees apart from each other. Now if you consider the 6 voltages, so VBA, VCB, VAC also, now you can see that VAB and VAB and VAC, so they are having 60 degrees phase shift, only 60 degrees phase shift or pi by 3 degrees phase shift, VAB, VAC. And VBC, if you want to sketch VBC, shift VAC by 60 degrees, and VB, if you want to sketch VBA, shift VBC by 60 degrees and so on. Okay, I repeat. So simply first sketch VAB. So VAB is, so simply it is line voltage, it is having 3 times the magnitude of phase voltage, and it leads VA by 30 degrees. So sketch the corresponding voltage VBA. Now if you want to sketch VAC, shift, so simply sketch VAB with phase shift of 60 degrees. So VAC will have phase shift of 60 degrees with respect to VAB. And VBC will have phase shift of 60 degrees with respect to VAC, and so on. So each these voltages, VAB, VAC, VBC, VBA, VCA and VCB, all these voltages, they will have equal magnitude, but they will have so the consecutive the voltages VAB and VAC are going to have 60 degrees phase shift. So that way one can sketch all these required voltages. In fact, if you want to sketch the output voltage, you need to sketch all these voltages, and let you sketch them and let you indicate the value of output voltage. We know from pi by 6, from previous slide, we know from pi by 6 to pi by 2 for the 60 degrees value of output voltage is same as VAB. For next 60 degrees it is same as VAC. For next 60 degrees it is same as VBC. For next 60 degrees VBA, and then VCA, VCB and VAB and so on. So same thing would repeat. So if you see, by the time output input supply voltage completing one cycle, output voltage is completing 6 cycles. You can see that VAB and VAC, so both will have same wave shape. You can see that the shape is repeating for every 60 degrees. Now when compared to the input, output is having 6 pulses within completion of one cycle of supply voltage. So it is also, this converter, 3-phase full converter is also known as 6 pulse converter. Okay, 3-phase full converter is also known as 6 pulse converter. It has 6 pulses within one cycle completion of the input voltage. So in order to compute the average value or RMS value of output voltage or output current, one need not consider entire 2 pi radians of input supply. So consider the mathematical expression for output voltage or output current for only this 60 degrees. So that is for any 60 degrees, because for every 60 degrees or every pi by 3 radians, output voltage waveform is repeating. So anyway, let us try to find mathematical expression for output voltage, that is V0 is equal to VAB for pi by 6 to pi by 2. Omega t is equal to pi by 2. So this is mathematical expression for output voltage for 3-phase full converter with continuous load current with alpha is equal to 0. So this is mathematical expression, V0 is equal to VAB. So what is VAB? That is VML sin omega t plus pi by 6. What is omega? Frequency of supply in radians per second. What is VML? That is the line to line peak voltage. Okay, it is peak voltage of peak value of line voltage. Now let us try to simplify the sketching of the output voltage further. So simply we know from pi by 6 to 5 pi by 6 T1 is conducting, and then next 120 degrees T3 conducting, next 120 degrees T5 is conducting. So for each 120 degrees there is a shift of current from one phase to other phase. So positive group thyristors and negative group thyristors, they are conducting for each thyristor from positive group and negative group, they are conducting for only 120 degrees. So you can see T1 is conducting from only 120 degrees within completion of one complete cycle of input voltage. So now anyway, so let you sketch the input voltages and then the conduction diagram for all thyristors. From that, let you derive the mathematical expression for the output voltage. Now from this conduction diagram, one can say that from pi by 6 to pi by 2, VAB is the output voltage, then VAC and then VBC and VBA, VCA, VCB and so on. For every 60 degrees, we know there is we have the voltage, we know the voltage expression for output. So now here, so it is equal to VAB, right? For pi by 6 to pi by 2, it is VAB. Let you sketch VAB. What is VAB? It is line to line voltage, so which has the magnitude equal to √3 times the phase voltage, and it has a phase shift of 30 degrees. So it VAB can be VAB leads VA by 30 degrees. So you sketch that. Once you sketch this VAB and let you indicate with that with the dotted curve, and then this value would be maintained as output voltage for only 60 degrees. That is what's shown here. And we know output voltage will have 6 pulses within completion of 1 cycle of input supply. It is 6 pulse converter. So for every 60 degrees, it is going to repeat the waveform. So if you know this output voltage waveform for 60 degrees, that is sufficient to sketch the waveform for remaining period. Now same thing would repeat, no? So let you sketch. So this would be repeating for every 60 degrees. That is what you can repeat. So this is simple way to sketch. Okay, first of all, find out, sketch the VAB, and from conduction diagram, try to find out the period during which the value is going to be same, the value of output voltage is same as VAB. Indicate that, and so repeat the same wave shape for remaining cycles also. So this is the simple way to sketch the output voltage waveform, right? And this is for alpha is equal to 0. And please note one thing here. Always you have to find the thyristors at the instant when the output the voltage, supply voltage, is more than the battery voltage. For example, if you trigger, in case this battery voltage is somewhat more than this voltage, so the voltage at this instant, that is at pi by 6, for example, let me say this is my battery voltage. Now you cannot maintain alpha is equal to 0. If you maintain alpha is equal to 0, what would happen? So at alpha is equal to 0, you can see that thyristor, even though that is triggered, it is going to be reverse biased by the voltage VA minus E. You can see the supply voltage is less than battery voltage. Thyristor is still reverse biased. So when thyristor is reverse biased, if you apply gate pulse, that is of no use. Okay, so you have to ensure that you are triggering the thyristor, a thyristor, in such a way that it is triggered at instant when it was forward biased. Okay, please ensure that it is already forward biased before you are triggering a thyristor. Okay, but there is no I think this problem, so I mean not severe, because usually this voltage, this battery voltage would be less compared to this value. So now you can see at 30 degrees the value of the voltage of phase would be 50% of the peak value, and battery voltage usually less than 50%. So mostly it won't, I mean that won't be a big problem. But in case if this voltage is more than 50% of the peak voltage of phase voltage, then there is a problem, this kind of problem. Okay, so that is false triggering, or the triggering which does not need to any conduction, the triggering which may not be leading to conduction of particular thyristor. So please be careful about this particular point. Now what is output voltage expression? That is V naught is equal to VAB, which is equal to VML sin omega t plus pi by 6 for omega t ranging from pi by 6 to pi by 2. So this is the operation of 3-phase full converter with alpha is equal to 0. Now for alpha is equal to 0, thyristors are going to act as diodes only. So even for 3-phase full diode rectifier, you will have similar kind of wave shape, and mathematical expression for output would be same. So that is same as VML sin omega t plus pi by 6 for omega t ranging from pi by 6 to pi by 2, and it will repeat for every 60 degrees. So only knowing V naught for 60 degrees would be sufficient enough in order to find out average or RMS value. So now anyway, we also know that the output voltage will have 6 pulses within completion of 1 pulse of the input supply voltage. It is known as 6 pulse converter also. Coming to average value for alpha is equal to 0, you can see that is very close to peak value. You can see that is very close to peak value. So more or less equal to, I mean, it is, I think it is more than 90% of the peak value of the line voltage. So that is around some 0.9 of VML or so. So please do verify. It is very close to the peak value, and it is positive for alpha is equal to 0. Now let us consider alpha is equal to 60 degrees. For example, if I consider alpha is equal to 60 degrees, now, so instead of triggering thyristor 1 at this instant, we are triggering at this instant, that is at pi by 2. at pi by 2. Similarly, resistor 3 and 5 also they are triggered with firing angle delay of 60 degrees. Even negative group resistors T2, T4, T6 also they are triggered with 60 degrees phase angle delay. Now, for that particular firing scheme, okay, the conduction diagram would be shifted by 60 degrees. For alpha is equal to 60, conduction diagram would be shifted by 60 degrees. You can see previously the resistor 1 was triggered at this moment, no, at this moment. Now it is triggered at this moment. So simply it is shifted by 60 degrees. Now, so with this kind of the firing angle delay, you can see that output voltage would be same as VAB from pi by 2 to 5 pi by 6, or simply pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha. And so you will have the value is equal to VAB for this particular 60 degrees, and that is equal to VAC for next 60 degrees, VBC for next 60 degrees, VBA, VCA and VCB and VAB for coming 60 degrees. I mean in sequence for every 60 degrees you will have this kind of repeated wave shape for output voltage. Now for pi by 2 to pi by 6, you can see that the output voltage will be same as VAB, and VAB is sketched with the dotted line, and during this period, that is from pi by 2 to pi by 6, so output voltage is VAB, that is what indicated here. So it is same as VAB, that is what indicated here. Okay, so now so next 60 degrees it is VAC, that is what indicated here. So similarly, so same, in fact if you know the voltage wave shape for 60 degrees, that is sufficient enough to sketch for remaining period. So that is what indicated here. Okay, so you will have this kind of repeated wave shape for output voltage for alpha is equal to 60 degrees. Now if you see the output voltage, you can observe that again, so it is a 6 pulse converter. Output will complete 6 pulses within 1 pulse completion of the input supply voltage. So it is 6 pulse converter, and output voltage waveform, that is equal to V0 is equal to VAB from pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha for omega t range. For omega t ranging from pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha, we have V0 is equal to VAB, where VAB is equal to VML into sin omega t plus pi by 6. Okay. Now if you consider average value, yes, average value definitely that is going to be decreased. Okay, that is somewhat lesser when compared to alpha is equal to 0. Now next case, consider alpha is equal to 90 degrees. So again, so simply this conduction diagram would be shifted by 90 degrees when compared to alpha is equal to 0. And if you shift that, no, so you can see that V0 is equal to VAB during this period. So please try to know how to sketch this conduction diagram. So conduction diagram would be similar to that of the conduction diagram alpha is equal to 0, but it is shifted by completely shifted by 90 degrees. So conduction angle of T1, T3, T5, T2, T4, T6, again they are going to be 120 degrees, but they are going to be shifted by 90 degrees compared to alpha is equal to 0. So now you can see that alpha is equal to V0 is equal to VAB from this for this instant. Okay, so that is for omega t is equal to 2 pi by 3 to the 2 pi. So for next 60 degrees. And if you look at the output voltage wave shape, that is going to be positive for 30 degrees and negative for remaining 30 degrees. And if you find out its average value for this 60 degrees, you can see that that value would be equal to 0. Okay, and same thing will repeat for every 60 degrees. So we have this kind of repeating wave shape for output voltage. For alpha is equal to 0, you can see that the negative area under the curve for one pulse would be 0. So average value would just become 0 at alpha is equal to 90 degrees. Alpha is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so you should be very careful. So this is the instant where this is the instant just when the converter may driven into the inverting mode. So far for alpha ranging from 0 to 90 degrees, thyristor average voltage is always positive, where current also going to be always positive. So converter is operated in rectifier mode for alpha ranging from 0 to 90 degrees. Now what happens for alpha greater than 90 degrees? So for alpha greater than 90 degrees, so let me take alpha is equal to 150 degrees. What to do again? So shift the conduction diagram of each thyristors again by 150 degrees. okay, and sketch corresponding output voltage. So for this now, so we can see that V0 is equal to VAB for this period. So VAB so would be same as so V0 is same as VAB for this period, and you can see that output voltage is going to be negative all the time. Okay, in fact for this 60 degrees it is negative, and for next 60 degrees also it is going to be repeating. So if you know the output voltage for 160 degrees, so remaining 60 degrees, I mean remaining all the time period, so remaining omega t range, you can find out what is V0. So that is what drawn here. You can see that output voltage is always negative, and if you find out average value is going to be negative for alpha greater than 90 degrees. So for alpha greater than 90 degrees or alpha ranging from 90 to 180 degrees, output voltage would be negative. Okay, output voltage would be negative. This kind of operation is possible if and only if battery is supplying power to the AC source. In fact, in case power supplied from DC side to AC side, then only this kind of negative voltage appear across load is possible. Corresponding the converter in this particular mode of operation is known as inverter. Simply it is also known as line commutated inverter, because commutation of each thyristor occurs naturally, that is by application of reverse voltage by line voltage. So it is also known as line commutated inverter. For alpha ranging from 90 to 180, full converter will be operated in inverting mode. It is also known as line commutated inverter. Now again V0, if you find out the mathematical expression for V0, it is again VML sin omega t plus pi by 6 for pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha. So you will have similar expression, but value may be different, but you will have similar expression. Now let you find out average value. We know V0 is equal to VML sin omega t plus pi by 6 for omega t ranging from pi by 6 plus alpha to pi by 2 plus alpha for the 60 degrees range. So take its mean value. So in order to take its mean value, you have to divide it by pi by 3. That is what done here. And if you simplify the expression, you would get the output voltage for this full converter that is equal to 3 VML by pi into cos alpha. And RMS value, yes, so you can also find out RMS value. You square the output voltage and take its mean value and apply square root. You will get the RMS value that is equal to this, that is VML into square root 3 by 2 pi into pi by 3 plus root 3 by 2 cos 2 alpha into 1 by 2. So this is the mathematical expression for the RMS value of output voltage. So please verify this. Okay, verify this, and if you have any correction, let me know. Okay, please let me know. Now, so let us assume that current through load is ripple free, and let us find out the RMS value of the output current or average value of output current. Anyway, we know in case the current through load is ripple free, RMS value would be same as average value, should be same as instantaneous value of the current. And what is that value? So that is equal to average value of output voltage, that is 3 VML by pi into cos alpha. So that minus E by R. So would be the average value, which is same as RMS value for this condition, that is ripple free current. Now once you know it is ripple free current, you can find out power factor, right? So we have seen how to calculate the power factor. Power factor is equal to power delivered by the source by the input supply input VA, or simply it is power absorbed by load by input VA. Now if somebody wants to know source and thyristor RMS currents or average currents, of course you can find out. Now you can see each thyristor from positive group or negative group. In fact, any thyristor would conduct for only 120 degrees or 1/3 of total period. So corresponding RMS value of the thyristor current would be I0 by I0 into square root 1 by 3. Square root 1 upon 3. So this is the RMS value of thyristor current. Similarly, source current, you can see, of course, source current would be same as, for example, if I consider A phase current is same as thyristor 1 current for this 2 by 3 radians, and for next 60 degrees it is going to be 0. For next 5 by 120 degrees or 2 by 3 radians, it is same as thyristor 4 current. So for each phase, current contribution is not only for thyristor 1, it is also from thyristor 4. So for A phase, it is thyristor 1 and thyristor 4 are going to contribute for phase current. Similarly, for B phase, thyristor 3 and thyristor 6. For C phase, thyristor 5 and thyristor 2 are going to contribute to the source currents. So if you consider source current would be same as the load current for 120 degrees, and it is same as minus of load current for some other 120 degrees. Total, if you consider 2 pi radians, within 2 pi radians, so we have source current existing for 4 pi by 3 radians or 240 degrees. So 2/3 of period we have current. For ripple case, the current is going to be either positive constant or negative constant. So its RMS value would be I0, that is the RMS value of load current into square root 2/3. So this is the mathematical expression for RMS value of source current. And RMS value of thyristor current would be I0 by 1/3, because only 1/3 period of total 2 pi radians any thyristor is conducting. Okay, this is about the operation of single phase full converter with continuous load current. Okay, yeah. So thank you. If you have any doubts, so please let me know. So you can reach me through the mail ID that is given in the description. Thank you.